Good morning, students. We today will start from third para of the place of art in education. In our previous class, in our previous class, we saw that Nandulal Bose talked about the medium of the literature, philosophy, science. Language is the medium or vehicle of that three subjects, three fields of education. And art does not need any medium like language, but it has a great impact on the aesthetic feelings of a human being and how the aesthetic feelings differs from man to man and why our education system is lacking is cited in the second para. These are absolutely Bosch's own analysis. Now we switch over to para 3. Here also he says about the impact of art education or aesthetic experience or sense of beauty. Sense of beauty is a vital part in our life. Absence of sense of beauty causes some difficulties in our surrounding society. In the third para, he gives some examples of that. Look at this chart. This chart is made on the third para of the place of art in education. Here, main points that Nandalal Bose discusses in this para is noted. The main thing of this or main idea of this para is sense of beauty. And what part of the sense of beauty is discussed here? Here, the lack of sense of beauty is discussed here. And lack of sense of beauty leads to some difficulties or harm. What are they? Lack of this sense of beauty harms physical well-being and mental well-being. How these two things are harmed? For example, he says, those who have no sense of beauty, they spread things and rubbish anywhere. They never put a thing on an orderly manner. They spit Beetlejuice on the walls, streets, railway coaches. Not only Beetlejuices, given he just has given an example. They spit anywhere, not only spit Beetlejuice, Any spitting is their habit, and it is done anywhere in the streets, walls, railway coaches. Even in modern time, you can see the marks of spit or spitting beetlejuice in the corners of the walls, in the railway overbridges, and many other public places. This is not just, it harms our physic. It is a physical harm thing. Uh, what does this result? They harm their own health by spitting anywhere or putting or littering things here and there without any logical thinking. They put rubbishes anywhere. In this way, they harms our health. Not only his own health, but the health of the others. At the same time, this contaminates society with diseases and vile behavior to others. It is human instinct to imitate others, and the first thing an individual imitates from others is the vile behavior, wrong behavior, or a satanic behavior. And then, if possible, they imitate or they follow the good behaviors. But initially, vile behavior is followed. So, the lack of sense of beauty harms both the society and an individual. Then in para 4, what does it say here? In para 4, he is far more analytical. The main idea of this para is, irrespective of material affluences, we are poor in aesthetic sensibilities. Whether an individual is poor or rich, that does not matter. He is poor in aesthetic sensibilities. It has two objects. It has two influences, that is causes and signs. Why we are poor in aesthetic sensibilities, and what are the signs of these poor aesthetic sensibilities? First, we look at the. But if you visited a rich people's house, you can find very good paintings lined up on the wall. They used those paintings, beautiful paintings, as a decoration of their house, not from the taste. So, to the rich, art is superficial mostly. Almost all the educated people use art or show the sense of art as an advertisement, as their advertisement of their affluency, of their richness. This taste This test is selfless, lifeless, so it lacks vitality. In contrary to the rich people, poor santals, they have far more better sensibilities. The poor santals sweeps and mops their hearts, stacks earthen pots in orderly, and ragged quilts too are put in order in oil folded manner. It has come from their sense of beauty. They do this for the sense of beauty. They likes to live in a cleanly manner. They wants to put their houses or huts neat and clean. So they put everything in order, and it is an essential part of their life. So it is full of life and it is vital to them. Here, he here in the fourth para, he compares the taste or sense of beauty between the poor and the rich. And this comparison clearly shows us the need of sense of beauty, the how vital the sense aesthetic sensibilities in a human being is. Para 5. When Nandalal Bose is casting his vote in favor of art education, a question, a question among the common people and even among the readers of this essay appears that what is the benefit of art education? Is there any financial benefit? Main question is that. He first describes the function of conventional education. Then, what are the function of the conventional education? Look here. Conventional education, there are two parts. It cultivates knowledge and aesthetic pleasure. With this, there is another benefit, that is professional returns. These two things cumulatively satisfied conventional education. Then, has art education any such facilities? Look here. art two parts: fine art, functional art. And what are the functions of these parts? Fine art liberates mind. From where? Liberates minds from sorrows and conflicts of daily life, and it leads into the aesthetic delight. And this fine art has a magical touch among the human being. With the liberation of the mind, the, the fine art touches our mind magically, and then the benefit of fine art appears. It is also functional art. This functional art brings beauty to the objects of our daily use and provides us with means of livelihood. How? How it brings beauty to the objects of our daily life? Think of yourselves. Your primary duty is study, and the books you study, use with carefully. You use them carefully, and many of you put a cover on each and every book. You use copies. You always try to keep your own copy neat and clean. If anyone put a mark on your copy, you get angry. Why? This is from the sense of beauty. I mean, some of us uses, some of us use art as a profession. Now, it has a great professional value. A few days back, you got the greatest festival of Bengal. What is done there? Goddess Durga was worshipped, and the artists made the idol of Durga and her other companions. The artists try their best to make the idols beautiful and attractive, and they earn their own livelihood in this way. So, this fine art and magical touch, this magical touch brings the sense of beauty and among us, and we use this sense of beauty and the objects that we use in our daily life And the sense of beauty also provides us with means of livelihood. But this functional art causes sorry, the decay of functional art. Decay means degradation. Decay of functional art causes economic degradation or decline. So, according to Nandalal Bose, if we exclude art from our needs, we invite harm to our economic well-being and our country as well. What does it mean? If we put functional art aside, it will harm our economic status and our country's economic status as well.